Okay. All right. So Microsoft Teams is part of our Office 365 platform. And to bring it up, if it doesn't start when you start your computer, if you don't see this icon anywhere on your desktop, then you can always bring up your start menu and type in Teams, and then the app should show up here. So once.
Okay, wait. All right. So the reason we're doing this, Richard, is because I am technologically way behind.
Got it.
Right?
Right.
Okay. So I know you've set this up on my computer, but because others are watching and we're going to record this for posterity, we're going to let everyone know that this is typically how Richard has to teach me things.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
So yes. So while everybody will have the opportunity to watch this, but I'm going to probably be asking questions and slowing down.
Absolutely. Yes. The more questions, the better.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. So down from this, it's just the start menu on any of our computers, right? So if it's not already a shortcut,
yes,
it's down in the corner. Yep. Okay.
Got
it. And it should be, because we've all subscribed, we should all have it somewhere, right? We didn't have to download it to my computer.
Microsoft actually recently pushed it down in an update. And so awesome. If for some reason it's not on someone's computer, they can call you. They can reach out to me, and I'll work with them and get it on there for them.
Awesome. Okay. But otherwise, start menu, Microsoft Teams.
Yep.
I'm there. I got you.
Cool. All right. Get up and you will have a screen like this, and you'll have icons over on the left, activity, chat, Teams. You'll probably mainly be using the chat and the Teams area of this application. If you click on the calendar icon here, your calendar items from Outlook will show up in this list. So if I go over here, I can have
like our individual calendar items?
Yes, yes. So your individual calendar items.
So we can just access our calendar from Teams.
Yes, and then you can schedule a new meeting here. And so what we're doing right now through Zoom, we could really do through Teams. Like we could video chat, and there's another cool feature I saw is so if I was talking with you face to face like we are now, I could blur out my background, so it would show me, but wouldn't show anything behind me. It would look blurry. So if you had any loud stuff going on behind you, it would help.
But then we wouldn't know you were a sports fan.
I know.
Good afternoon.
Hello.
Hi, Gina.
Hey, before I mute myself, I'm speaking of blacked out or blurred. There's no picture for me. Is that correct?
I did not see your picture. No.
I'm here too. This is Shelly.
Hi, Shelly.
No worries. We didn't really take a roll call because we're going to end up recording this and uploading it for later that anyone can watch it.
Fabulous.
But yeah, so you guys get the benefit of watching it live, which might just be hilarious, but but we're going to do that. We're going to do these for several things. People can jump on live if they want to ask questions at the end, or you can just watch the recordings later.
Perfect. Thank you.
Oh, there's Shelly.
Oh, see?
All righty. So Richard.
Okay. So yes. So all your icons over here on the left will mainly be using the chat and the Teams area for communication. But if you're here on the calendar, it will show your calendar. And if you want to schedule a new meeting, you could schedule a meeting here. Or if you wanted to meet now, you could, and it'll bring up a window, and I could send invitations to anybody. Do you have any questions about this area?
No, not yet. I think we're good. Okay. If anyone else has any questions, there's a chat function that you can enter your questions. And Richard can, on Zoom, there's a chat function.
Yes.
You can enter your questions and Richard can answer them, or at the end of the call, we'll let everyone unmute themselves and see if we can figure out, answer your answers. Okay.
All right.
Awesome.
So one main thing is you might see, and Teams will do this automatically depending on what you're doing on the workstation. But if you notice, I have a little red dot that's next to my name right now. So so the end users will, hey Gina, any of the individuals will see that I'm busy. I will still get notifications if you send me messages, but it'll just appear that I'm busy. And I can change this by clicking on my name. And it knows that I'm in a meeting right now, but I could change it to available. And sometimes it could take a couple seconds for that to go.
So mine is all still right here in the green. Oh,
yes.
Right here. I'm using the mouse on my computer, like you can see it. This is why training Amy to use a computer is so difficult. Richard has the patience of a saint. Okay, right here. He's like, I don't know what here is. Okay, so mine is still green because I did not change it when I jumped on the meeting.
Yes.
Got it. Okay, I like it.
But it will, and then, if you step away from your computer and your computer's idle for, X amount of minutes, it'll turn to like a little orange symbol to let everyone know that, you're not active right now. But even. So
like on the list, is that what Stephanie Davis shows?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes, that is what Stephanie shows, is idle.
So everyone with the white, those are people who haven't set up chat?
They're not logged into, they don't have Teams running on their computer.
Okay.
So meaning that they're either not signed in, which is more than likely, but it's not running in the background. Like I could still, like if I wanted to, I can minimize this.
You set mine up now so that when I log into my computer, Teams automatically goes on. So anyone who wants to chat with me from the minute I log on to my computer, they can.
Correct.
But since I have two computers, I'm going to have to be careful of that.
Yes, and when you add your mobile phone in there too with the app that I will be covering later, you'll see that as well.
We're going to have to do that way later. We're so going to have to just figure out Teams on the computer first. Okay.
Well, the good thing is if once you do figure it out on the computer, a lot of the icons and everything are very similar to the mobile app.
Perfect.
Yes.
Okay.
So the chat feature is where you would chat with one individual, or if I wanted to include more people in this conversation, I could as well. But I really see this being beneficial for the Teams aspect of it.
Yeah.
So right here, we have our paperless team. And if you're not a part of the paperless team, it won't show up in your list.
Okay.
And there's a little arrow that's next to it. And then when I expand that, you'll see the channels. The channels are below. So right now it just has one channel, which is general, which shows up for any new team.
Okay.
And I want you to think of channels as different parts of a project that someone could comment on. So if you're working,
so channels could be like even subgroups.
Yes.
So like if you have your whole paperless team, but two people are working specifically on the paperless lease, you could create a channel just for the
paperless lease. Yes. And then any conversations related to that would show up there.
And you can make that private if necessary.
Yes.
Great. Okay.
And then I can go over here to the Files tab, and a file that Jamie worked on, I uploaded it here. And so if I wanted to open it here, I could open it here. If I wanted to download and I wanted to use it if I wanted to open it on Word on my computer, I could do that as well. You can work on this computer you can work on this document or documents at the same time with another team member.
Okay.
So you'd be able to see what they're doing.
So it's live changes. If
yes,
you're both
live
in
changes.
It.
Yes.
Oh, that's great. So kind of like Google Docs, but now you're all in one place because we're still in Teams. We don't have to put it on kind of a totally public OneDrive.
Right.
Or share it with 15 people. We just upload it to our team until it's complete and then move on.
Yeah. So basically I could go here. Let's create a new file. And new text document and test. And then I could just take this, drag and drop it over here.
Oh, nice.
And that will appear over here.
Love it. Now, you're going to have to do that again really quick because my little pictures from my Zoom call covered up exactly what you did. Okay.
Basically, I just dragged the file over
from
here.
The desktop over.
From the desktop over.
Okay.
And drop it.
Love it.
And I have the file, awesome. Text didn't upload. Upload failed for whatever reason. So if I need to do it manually, I can click upload. I can go
and just do it from your
from my computer here, right? So browse my OneDrive, browse my desktop, my documents. So, I will be doing a Richard Teaches Amy OneDrive.
That would be really important.
Yes, and I really think it's going to be very helpful. And it's kind of scary in a way because I see all data being residing there, so you can have access to it anytime. But anyway, okay. But yeah, so you select the file, click open, and then it'll upload here, and then people that are part of your team will have access to this area as well and files. Now,
so for some of those people on the call, so this could be used for new project planning. If Tim has a project at a specific property, he could include the maintenance lead and the manager and the DM and kind of talk about it. Or if like the West Side is doing a whole marketing thing, they can all have one place to go to even chat about it.
Correct.
Right? Because those chats can be group chats. They don't have to be individual.
Right.
Awesome.
Yes. And we won't be covering this in detail today, but there are tabs that I can add here to this team. And there's a program called Microsoft Planner. And that tab allows you to see projects and due dates and who's assigned to those projects and who's the project manager. And yes, so I will be covering that in a later episode as well.
That's perfect. So that's like the group that I created. I tried to upload an Excel spreadsheet that would basically do that. Here are the assignments, who's responsible, when the due dates are, but there's an actual function in here.
Yes.
Oh, that's so great. That's wonderful. Yes. Okay.
So do you see the Bella team over here?
Yes.
On the left. Yes. Okay. And if you expand it and you have the general here, do you have the Bella Box tab?
I don't know. I'm looking at your screen, not my screen.
Okay.
I've got it. Okay. Now I have to figure out how to minimize Zoom. Hold please. Okay, wait. So I need to go to the Bella team. Let me go to the team. Look at me figuring my way around here.
Very good.
Yes, I have Bella Box.
All right. So if I go
with
here,
you next to it.
Yes. These are all the documents that are located in Bella Box. So any of our site team members that need to download any day-to-day documents, they can download those right from here.
Wow. Okay, so mine's thinking, so it's loading. Oh, yes. Oh my gosh. See, all of a sudden, not afraid of Box. Not afraid of Box. For those that are either on the call live or listening to this later recorded, the entire time we used Box.net or whatever it was called, I not once logged on. I was afraid of it. I don't know why, but I'm no longer afraid. Thank you, Richard.
All right, very good. Very good.
I think Elizabeth at one point actually addressed an email to me, she who is afraid of Box. That's okay. That's okay. I owned it. Okay, so I see all of them. That's great. Okay.
Yes. And so let's say, for example, we have a manager at a property, or Bella creates a different project, and whoever heads up that project wants to create a team. So once you're in Teams, you could click Join or Create a Team. And then select the Create Team. And build a team from scratch is more than likely what our end users are going to do, unless they touch base with me to create a group, to create an Office 365 group. But
so wait, where's the join or create a team?
At the bottom.
It's down here at the bottom, right here.
Oh, I minimized my screen, so I don't have a bottom. Okay, let me get that open. Oh, I see. Nice. Okay.
Yep. And then from right here, and then if another team member sends you a code in an email, or then you can copy and paste that code into here and click join team. But if you're creating a team from scratch, you can select right here the create team and then build a team from scratch. And then it'll walk you through the process on adding the members of that group.
That's awesome. So the big fund could be a team.
Yes.
And you can add people or remove them based on who's serving on the board at the time.
Yes.
So there's a big fund team that all of your applications or anything that needs to be reviewed can be uploaded into that team and chatted about. You can record the conversation. Oh, that's awesome.
Mm-hmm. And so right now, I'll go back over to the Bella team in general. And so from here, if I wanted to start a new conversation, I'd put my cursor down in the bottom part of the window here and type in hello. And then
so this team though will go to everybody in Bella.
This can be seen by everybody in Bella, yes.
Okay.
And if someone wants to reply to this conversation, they can use the reply button here instead of starting a new conversation using this text box below.
Okay. So now here's my question though. If they want to start a new conversation, like let's say we have this big old thread and all 70 people can see it, but it would be difficult to scroll through those to find specific topics. So
right.
Let's say I wanted to just get some quick feedback on an end of the year party. Would I create a new channel for that discussion, or how do you?
Sure, you could if you think if
it's a big enough conversation.
If you think the conversation warrants that, I would definitely create a new channel.
If it's going to be a long, sorry about that. I'm at my parents' house and the dogs are here. So then my other question is, how is this different from like the newsfeed thread that people are commenting on the Bella 365 page? They're different,
right? Right. This would be different. I'm going to look and see if there's a way to link those up so that it would show up here.
Okay.
But as of right now, I
think the ultimate goal is to have as few places that we need to go as possible and maximize our ability to converse and get feedback and collaborate. That's kind of our big overall goal. Okay.
Right. And so let's say I had a piece of information that I got in an email that I wanted to put in here. I can select the little 3 dots next to the team name, and the 3 dots next to the channel name, and select get email address.
I'm sorry, could I ask a question really quick?
Sure.
Let's say you create a team and you add someone to it. Does it notify them or?
Yes.
Okay. I just did one, so
yes, it does notify them.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, and then I think, real quick, Richard, we had another question come in that says, if we're wanting to message or chat with the team, but they don't have Teams open on their computer, will they get a notification? And they won't until they open Teams, correct?
Right, that's correct.
Yeah. So our goal for anyone listening is eventually that Teams automatically opens when you log on to your computer during the day.
Yes.
So notifications would come through, assuming we can get everyone into that practice. And it's not another step that you'll have to do. Like on my computers, Richard has set it up so that it literally opens when I log on to my computer. There's not a second step login that I need to do. So.
Right. And as I'm going through computers, and if this is a direction that Bella is moving in, I can make sure that it is on all the workstations as I do the updating throughout the month.
Yeah, I think that would be great.
Yes.
So we just need to make sure that, just so we know, it's not like a text message where just because they have it with them, they're going to be notified like, oh, I got a text message. There's still a manual component to this.
And
But if you're
actively
working on a project with a team, it's probably part of your daily thing to be checking it anyway.
Right.
And it's much easier to track conversations this way than it is like you send an email to 4 people, they all respond separately. Now you're trying to pull emails together and figure out who responded to what. This is just all in one place.
Right.
So hopefully for collaboration purposes, this will be a better tool than what we're doing now.
Right. And so let's say you needed to forward an email and put it inside this conversation. So that you have information that you need to get from Outlook or your email into this channel. If you click the 3 little dots next to the channel and click on Get Email Address and copy. Now, if I bring up a message in my Outlook, let's see, so I'll open this one up. So this is and then I'll reply to this. And then if I paste this, then this message will get forwarded into the conversation.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome. So like Shelly, Gina, and I are all working on something, and Shelly said, I'm going to follow up with that person. Let's say it's a banking issue. I'm going to follow up with the bank. She gets her reply from the bank. She doesn't have to just forward that. She just now forwarded it to our team, and we just have a record of it there to refer to.
Yes, and as you see, it popped up in my window.
Oh, that's cool.
And what happens is like, oh no, I don't want this to be here. I can click on.
No, that would be me. Like, no, I don't need them to have my grocery list. I need something else. I picked the wrong file.
Yeah. So I could give it a thumbs up, a heart, a smiley face, same thing that we do on Facebook. But I will go ahead and I'm like, I don't need this in here. So I'm going to delete this message.
Awesome.
And it removes it. And then I, as the owner of this message, I can undo this if I want to. There's a little undo icon next to here.
Okay.
And let's say that this message right here is very important to me, and I would like to keep record of it. I click the 3 little dots, and I will select the Save This Message. And then you'll see up next to my name, I have a little badge that tells me that I saved something.
Oh, so like what items are saved?
And in the future, I can go to my name, go to my saved messages, and then my saved messages will appear. And then I can scroll through them. All right, so if I go back here, and let's say that there's more than one team. So if I'm working on a project and I make a change on here, but I really want Amy to know that I want her to know that this conversation, so I would and then start typing in Amy. There she is. So this is called an @ mention. And then when Amy views this, she should have a red icon next to it that tells her that, hey, I want you to look at this message.
I actually even got a beep in my ear since I have a headset on. Yes. Okay. And there it is. There's a little red @ You all can't see it, but I can see it.
Yes.
So what happens, but because you did it on that thread, just to be clear, because you did it on that thread, everyone else can see that you sent me the message. It was just highly important that I saw it.
Yes. So
okay. It doesn't make it private.
No, that does not make it private. If you would like to private,
you've got to go to private chat.
Go up to chat and start like this chat right here was between you and me. So we would be the only ones that would be able to see this. Now I could invite someone into this conversation by clicking the Add People button
Okay.
And then if I wanted to call you, I could do a video call.
That's the coolest part to me
audio
right
call.
there. Is really being able to just do video and audio right there.
Right there. Yep.
I love it.
And
Love
Richard,
it.
it's Gina. When that call's coming in, what type of notification then do you?
Do you remember Skype and how it would make that sound?
Yes.
Just like that.
Okay.
Here, let's see if we can do it. I don't know, because you have your thing.
Let's try. Yeah.
Do you want me to do video or phone call? Here, I'll just do video. Oh, look, apparently I'm calling Jill Anderson though. Hold on. This is totally me. Okay, hold on. How do I hang this up? I'm not calling Jill. Hold on, we need to call Richard. See, this is why we're using me to teach, because if something can go wrong, it will. Okay, here we go. Video. This is going to have some weird echo, I'm sure.
Oh, here it is. Yes. So you're ringing on my phone. And
okay.
Here.
All right. Did you just hang up on me, or am I coming through?
I see your picture.
There's a nice picture of you on the screen.
Yes, there's a nice picture.
Oh, yeah. See, I see. Oh, it's echoing. Sorry. I see your picture too, but I didn't get actual video. How?
I think because the video is already in use.
Oh, got it. That makes sense. Okay, I'm hanging up to get rid of the echo. Okay, well, that's cool.
Okay.
I like it.
Richard,
okay,
I have
so
a question.
We
Sure.
have really quick, we have 3 minutes. I want to keep these fairly short so people can jump on and watch them.
Okay.
So, yeah, so I was just going to open it up to anyone's questions. Feel free to, Jill says she's hurt because I hung up on her. Feel free to put something in the Zoom chat, or if you want to just jump in with a question, let's hit those now. Anyone have a question?
Richard,
Yes.
if you add someone to the chat, do they see everything that you've already chatted about, or does it add them at a certain point?
I believe they see the thread, so they should see everything that has been in that conversation.
Okay.
Yep.
Can we verify that? Because it might, if it is the other way, I know like on like iMessage or on
Richard, you can add me because I'm in there.
yeah, try and add Shelly and let's just test that really quick, because
Oh, it looks like it started a new conversation. I thought that would add it, but it started a new conversation.
yeah, so I think that might be because there might be, that would be something we would want to know in case there's certain confidential information,
Right.
but then we decide to jump in. Yeah. Okay.
Will you send a message? Thank you. Yes, I only see the hello. I do not see anything prior.
Okay, so once you add somebody to a chat, the thread starts over.
Yes.
Awesome.
I have a question.
Sure.
If I start using this and I put projects up and everything, what about people who haven't done this yet? So let's say I start a project at Meadows and Jamie's on this call, so she knows what's up, but Steve hasn't done this kind of training yet, and he sees Teams just open up, so he just hits close. And at what point do we kind of make this, where everybody knows that, okay, we're working through Team, and basically when does it go live? Like when can I start using this?
I don't see no reason why we couldn't start now, and I think it'd be important if the managers at the properties were kind of enforcing this a little bit, like, hey, make sure this app is open.
Yeah, so I think what we'd like to do is what Richard and I talked about is I have a very safe learning pace. I can't jump into anything like and go for it. So we're going to do a little bit of this at a time and start doing these like did we decide every 2 weeks, Richard? We were going to do like 30 minutes.
Yes, I think we're going to
just
shoot
kind
for
of
that. Yes.
exposing it. So what we'd love to do is like starting now, those of us that are on it, if we could play with it, test it. I know I'm excited about it. So I'm starting to reach out to people and go like, hey, I need to chat with you. Log on to Teams.
Right.
And I think the more that we start talking about it and getting it set up, more people will find a use for it. So this probably isn't going to be something like we've rolled out in the past where it's just, that's it, mandatory, everybody's doing it.
Right.
We've got a few glitches. Kara just jumped on and wonders if this is going to require Windows 10 because hers has Windows 7.
I believe it will install on Windows 7.
So we'll check, and if we need to do some upgrades or whatever we need to do. But I just have seen more and more our company work to collaborate, and which is an awesome, I mean, that's awesome. It makes us better. And so in that collaboration, to encourage it, we wanted to find tools to make it easier. And this was just something we came across, and so let's start using it. Those of us that have projects right now, we're probably the guinea pigs. So Tim, I would say jump on. Jamie's a quick adopter of things.
Yes, Jamie's a good place to start.
And if you know, if in the beginning she needs to walk Steve through it a couple of times or even respond for Steve, she can do that initially. So I think we just need to we'll have some grace as we roll this out. But I really believe that once someone starts using it, this will be the way we communicate.
I really think so too. And I know that we're running out of time, but you can install the app on your phone. So I'm showing my iPhone screen right now, and I can download Teams. And
Richard, you need to answer your email.
I know. I saw that. Richard.
That's a lot of my Gmail. Yes.
All of a sudden, I'm having a heart attack. Hi. Jeez.
Before we start working in Teams, let's check our email a few times each day. Check out our email.
All right, just kidding. Okay.
But from here, so you have your same icons, except they're not on the side; they're on the bottom. So I could look at activity, chat, and I could go into my Teams, and I could look at my calendar, and I could actually make a call if I wanted to as well.
Awesome. All right. I mean, this is kind of everything that Google Chat does. Google Voice has some of this. You know, Google Docs. Everything that we're kind of using, different ones of us have been using different things, and I think if we can get it all in one spot and just let's use the software that we've invested in.
Sure. Right.
So I love it. Okay, so we've gone through chat and we've got the basics of Teams. I think, Richard, on our next one, let's actually go into some of those the Teams or the pages that you and I have played around in, and let's look at those.
Okay.
Does that seem like a normal next step, or is there something you would suggest first?
No, that definitely does seem like a next step from here.
Okay. Then we will be doing that in about 2 weeks, everyone.
All right.
Awesome. Anyone else have any last minute questions? All right. Thanks for logging on, and I will continue to try and provide some entertainment during this process.
Thanks.
All right. Thank you, Richard.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Bye.